Let's start warming up for this tricep strength workout. We'll talk about what that means in just a moment. Welcome back to Fab and Fit Over 40 and Beyond. And if you are new here, I'm glad you found the channel. Let's bring your knees up and twist. My name is Rhoda, and we work on strength training to build muscle, which burns calories, which boosts metabolism, and then maintains that metabolism as you age. Arms forward and back, heels up here. Strength work also helps maintain bone density. We do low impact cardio on the channel. We do not jump. We use dumbbells to create that resistance. Let's kick out here and reach. And abs, core, and balance. We do have a couple balance moves and ab moves in this workout. This is total body, head to toe. One more here. Swing the arms out and in. Today, triceps. What that means is we'll take 3 exercises. We'll do each for 40 seconds. And then, heels to the front here, we'll do them one more time, which allows you to really get a lot of time under tension, adjust your dumbbells for the second set, increase your rep range, swing the arms here. Really make those adjustments so that you can get nice and deep into those muscles. We have 4 triceps. Like I say, total body, we're hitting it all. Arms up and over. I'm using a variety of dumbbells. If you have options, do have them available. If you're just starting out and you have 1 set of dumbbells or soup cans and water bottles like I started out with, that's fine too. You're gonna learn form, practice the moves, and just get stronger and better. I'm using 5s, 8s, 10s, 15s, and 20s. I do have a chair here because the last circuit is on the mat. If you'd rather be in the chair for the last circuit, have a chair available. And we're gonna start with a crossover deadlift, so I'm gonna grab my heavy dumbbells. Toes are forward. Dumbbells are in front of the legs. Opposite toe with 1 dumbbell. Come on up, hips forward. Other side. Drive those hips forward, squeeze the glutes. A little bend in these knees as you go down. Don't lock these knees. It's not a squat, but it's not this, all right? You're not locking the knees. That puts too much torque on the knee and the lower back. Keep your dumbbells close to the body here. You don't want them far away from the body, especially if they're heavy. They're gonna pull you forward. And again, pull weight into those knees. We don't wanna do that. But feel those glutes, hamstrings, outer thighs working here. Love it. Good, all right. I will lighten my dumbbells for this next one. I'm gonna start, let's try 10s, see how I do, and then second set I can always adjust. High row, pulling that same bar straight up in front of the body, and we'll do a side leg raise as the dumbbells come out. Ready? Here we go. Balance move, control the lift and the release of the dumbbells, same pace up as down. Bring that leg up to the side, feel that glute that you just warmed up. Really engage that outer glute. You should feel that. It's almost like a crunch, like if you were doing an ab crunch on the glute. Heart rate's coming up. Upper and lower body working at the same time. Lots of muscles here. From the shoulders on down to the glutes and outer thighs. All wanting oxygen, which means the heart rate naturally has to increase to get that oxygen to those muscles. Good. All right. This next one is an ab. I'm going to grab a light dumbbell. The dumbbell's overhead. We're going to do a standing crunch, but straight leg. Round the back to the toe and up. Right, holding that dumbbell up. Abs are tight. Belly button to the spine. Down and up. Now try and round your back, especially as you get warmed up here. Pulling that belly button to the spine as you bring that dumbbell down towards the shin, ankle, toe area. Put the dumbbell down if you need to decrease the weight, because it is up here and out in front this entire time, which is why I'm holding a 5 here. It gets heavy. Almost there. One more. Good. All right, so that's your first tricep, and we will do it again. So how did you do on the first set? Do you have the opportunity to increase or decrease dumbbell weight depending on If you felt it was fairly easy or you thought you might be losing your form, if you're losing form, you need to lower the dumbbell weight. Get ready, cross over your right arm to your left toe, and then the other side. Keep that back flat now. We just had a rounded back with that standing crunch, which kind of helps to open up those vertebrae after this deadlift move. So this time, focus on the straight back. Don't bring that rounded back into this next exercise here. Weight is in my heels, driving those hips back. Knees are slightly bent. I love starting out with deadlifts. It just really warms up the body and that posterior chain, the back of your body, that we don't necessarily work as much. Good. Onto those high rows. I'm going to stick with my 10s. We don't necessarily work the back muscles as much as the front, right? Quads work a lot. We work our abs, but warming up the back really helps bring the heat. All right, high row, right leg up first in the side raise. Up and down. Think about elbows to the ceiling. Abs are tight. Body is straight up and down, perpendicular to the ground. So you don't lean out of this at all. Okay, that's going to take it out of that glute. And watch those elbows. I just kind of let mine kind of curl like this a little bit. Don't do that. Pull up like this. That's going to get the top of the shoulder, and that's what I'm aiming for here. Biceps assisting, triceps assisting. Chest, you can feel a little bit there, right? Upper back. Last one. Good. All right. That standing straight leg crunch again. Holding the dumbbell up overhead, 10 seconds. We get a nice long 1-minute rest after this, so be prepared and happy to get that. Arms up, give me all you got this next 40 seconds, okay? Rounding the back this time. Slow and controlled though. Pulling that tummy in. Working those abs, but also working the shoulders, chest, and back. Quads a little bit here too. Working to get that leg up. But really focus on pulling that tummy in as that foot comes up to meet the dumbbell. Good. All right, nice 1-minute rest. Nice work. First one's done. Let's bring a toe up. Stretch the back of the leg. Whew. I hope you feel the heart rate up a little bit. Let's go to the other side. Our second tricep starts with curtsy lunges. Stephanie, don't turn it off. Stephanie's my favorite curtsy lunge fan. She calls them demon lunges. Curtsy lunges. If you need to modify the bend in the knees, watch the modification. All I'm doing is I'm coming back in that curtsy, engaging that glute, but I'm not coming deep and loading that front knee, okay? So that's the difference. I'm gonna go with my 15s for this, and we will alternate. Shoulders up, chest is proud, abs are tight. Gonna come back as far as you can. Drive the body weight through the back toe and the front heel. All right, that's gonna protect your knees. Here we go. Get as deep as you can. Really think about driving the hips back, driving that body weight towards that back toe. Of course, you're balancing with that front heel. And there is body weight in that front heel, but it's definitely not in the front toe. You can wiggle your toes right here. Almost there, come on. And we'll balance out right there. Good job. All right, this next one's a fun one. I'm gonna grab a 10 and a 20. I'm gonna hold the 10 on my shoulder, 20 at my side. We're gonna do a lean, oblique lean, working the waistline, come up, shoulder press. So we're combining an upper body and an ab move here, all on one side. Here we go. And press. And lean. Think about having your body up against a wall here. Don't lean back or forward as you lean to the side. My knees are soft, a little bend, especially on the side that I'm leaning into. And you should feel the opposite side of the waist, the side that you're doing this press with. That's where you should feel this. That muscle is contracting to pull you up out of that lean. And awesome. Okay, we'll switch sides. So this lean you can do with heavier weight. I mean, I'm not curling this or doing anything like that, right? I'm just holding it down by my side. And depending on how strong your hands are, I had this conversation just yesterday. Here we go, lean, with Maria, who was featured on my Instagram page. She's been working out with the channel for a year. Looks fabulous. Fabulous. And we were talking about her, she just got 30-pound dumbbells. And you can do the exercise. It's holding them, the hands. They get really tired. So it's important to have good wrist support and even gloves if you're working with that heavy of a dumbbell to really protect those wrists. And good, rest that. And we will move back to our curtsy lunge. So back to my 15s. Going nice and deep here, slow and controlled. This is strength. I want you to work through full range of motion. That means that you're going as deep as you can, whatever your modification needs to be, or if you can really bring that back knee almost to the ground, whatever's good for you. Get nice and deep. Slowly down, slowly up. Sounds like somebody's doing yard work outside. I hear what I think is a weed whacker. Hopefully I can edit that out, background noise. Unfortunately, when I do edit background noise, it does bring down the beep of the timer. I'm working on seeing how to maybe address that. One way is to give the timer its own microphone, so I'm working on that. All right, back to that lean and press. I'm going to stick with my 10 and 20. That seemed to work out well. And when we're done with these two, you are at the midway point already. All right, get ready. Going to lean first. Deep breath. Here we go. Press it up. You're working the waistline, you're working the core. Working those glutes a little bit, outer thigh, and then hit the upper body. Shoulder, bicep, chest, upper chest, and upper back, which really equates to your delts in the front and back. Rear delts are really part of the shoulder, but they are the top of the back. All of that is happening here, and it's getting heavy. That's what you want. You want right here to be tired, okay? If you feel like you could go another 40 seconds right now, that's a really good indicator that you can go heavier, okay? You're not gonna get bigger, you're not gonna get bulkier. If you're looking for dumbbells, I do have a store on my homepage where I have some links where I would get dumbbells. You get like lean here, Walmart and Dick's, that kind of thing. And they do give me a little commission for promoting them. It doesn't cost you any more than if you went to their site directly. So if you're looking for dumbbells, consider ordering them through my store. It just helps the channel. All these little things help. There's a new feature called Boost, I think. It's coming out, just learning about it on YouTube, where smaller channels like mine, 65,000 subscribers is small on YouTube, smaller channels like mine, you can boost up to 3 of my videos a week just by hitting the button. Doesn't cost you anything. Literally will take a split second of your time, and I will love everybody who can do that for me because it's going to tell YouTube to show this to more people, and that helps me grow the channel. I do love that more and more they're giving us options to reach more women. That makes me really happy. It's hard to grow a channel from the bottom up. All right, we have a seated circuit, so I was wrong. Sorry about that. I was wrong. We need a chair whether you're modifying or not. I'm going to grab a 10 for a leg a 10 for leg extensions, and my other 10, I think, for some curls, and I'll have my 15 available for an overhead. Actually, we won't be doing an overhead press. Never mind. I don't need that 15. I just need that 10. We're going to set it up between the feet. Hold on to your chair. Squeeze the ankles. Nice straight body. You're going to lift, lower. Don't go to the ground if you can avoid it. More advanced. Keep that weight off the ground. It's going to just keep those quads engaged. And even though this is 10 pounds, because we're not going down to the ground, we're not getting any rest on these quads. Feel them? Good modification for squats right here. If you ever see a squat in a video, in my videos you will see the modification, but if you were doing another video and you can't do the squats with your knees, this is a really good way to hit those quad muscles that you hit doing a squat. A squat, your quads and glutes, but this will get those quads, which is hard to do without squatting. Okay, taking my dumbbells, my 10s, we'll see how I do, and lower to 8s if I need to on round 2. My palms are out towards the corner of my room, so a little bit of 45-degree angle here, coming up and back down. Elbows in at the waist. Try and keep those elbows glued to that waistline here. Squeeze the bicep, not the dumbbell. Try and relax the hands. Pop that bicep right there, though. You won't get bigger and bulky lifting heavy dumbbells. That is a myth. All that will happen, provided you're lifting in a safe range for yourself. So you can do this 40 seconds and at the end you're just hitting a wall. You can't really do any more. That's perfect. That's how you know you're in the right dumbbell range at that time. All that happens if you lift heavier is you just make change faster. And we all like that. I know, and I'll tell you why I know, because we're going to do a tricep dip here. We're going to hit these triceps. I promised you total body, right? So you're going to use your chair. You're going to hold on, bring your hips out. We're going to elbows go back, lift the body with those little tricep muscles. Take a seat between each rep if you're just starting out. Otherwise, come with me. Down and up. We all want that change quick, right? We're an instant gratification society, at least in the United States, and I think that's pretty normal worldwide now with the web and getting answers, before you even know to ask the question. Dieting, we've been convinced through articles and fads that you can lose X amount of pounds in, a week. No, you can't. You can lose 1 to 2 pounds of fat in a week. It's really pretty much impossible to lose more than that, but you'll see it. You'll see it in the checkout line, especially in January. Magazines that are still out there promising, that quick fix. So we want that quick fix now. In strength, you can get it. You can make it faster with heavier dumbbells. There, I closed that loop. See how I did that? And down. Trying to do the instruction, but also trying to give you some information in case you aren't aware. And I know women of our generation, I'm 62, this channel is for over 40. I had a comment from someone who's late 30s who started to do the channel, which is great. You're preparing, you're doing exactly what you should be doing at your age. I just picked 40 as kind of the cutoff because that's when we start to experience those perimenopausal symptoms and things. But this is great for in your 30s, in your 20s, all good. Good information, I hope, that helps you make informed decisions. That's the thing, right? We see those advertisements, and those are not informed decisions. Those are marketing gimmicks in many cases. I'm not saying always. In a lot of cases, you get that fad diet kind of, information. That's not going to be helpful. Get ready. Here we go. Set you up for failure. I want you to succeed. Every day, success. And it's possible if you give yourself some grace, if you give yourself the time to take care of yourself. It doesn't fix itself overnight. It just can't. But this isn't about fixing you, fixing whatever it is you want to change, and then stopping. This is lifetime. This is a lifestyle. Doing strength work exercising, moving every day, eating real food, trying to avoid that processed foods. Especially as you get older, your body just can't handle it. One more here. I'm gonna do it. We know what's coming, right? That's a bicep. Good, now we hit those triceps. So yeah, the whole idea is to move towards healthier behavior, right? And if you move towards healthier behavior, not expecting that instant gratification, making little changes, increasing your water, come on out, down and up, doing some meal prep so that you're not hitting the fast food on the way. I know you're coming home, you were held up late at work, you know, the family needs dinner, and I mean, we've all done it. I do it. I've done it. You swing by the pizza place, right? It makes life a little easier. But if you can do some meal prep on your weekend or your time off, and you can meal prep in bulk and store things in the freezer too. So if you do your meal prep, it makes it a little easier to make those good choices, especially if you work outside the home, because if you can leave in the morning with your food for the day, your success rate is going to go from a low percentage way up. Just having the meal prepared, healthy food coming with you so that you know you're not going to need to run out to that local donut shop or anything to get that sugar high, that rush that's going to get you through the day because you're low on energy. Good food equals good energy. Not to mention, you feel full because you're eating high fiber, you're eating all natural or as close to nature as possible. All right, we are going to the mat, or stick with your chair for our glute bridge. I'm going to use my 20. You're sitting in the chair, no dumbbell. You're going to use the chair to hold your body as you push up into a glute bridge, just like we're doing here. Very, very similar. On the mat, heels all the way into the glutes, as close as you can get them. Abs are tight. Drive those hips up. All the way up, squeeze. Nice stretch on the front of the leg. On the back of the leg, squeeze that glute at the top. Full range of motion all the way up. And if you want to make this a little more challenging, don't come all the way down. Don't let your bum come down and rest between reps. Beginners, you're going to rest. I want you to just pop it down to the mat and then pop up to your next one. That way you'll get through the 40 seconds, And next time, maybe you don't come down to the mat for each rep. Good. Okay, I'm going to set that aside for our second set. We're going into a chest press, so right into the chest. You get some triceps working here, the back of the arms again, biceps assisting. Feet are going to be flat on the floor. I'm using 15, so I'm going a little heavy here. Pushing my lower back into the mat, holding it there as I go through this entire range of motion. Up, all the way up and down. Now think about if you were holding a bar. You want your hands to stay pretty consistent as far as how far away from each dumbbell the other dumbbell is. So they don't come up, I see this a lot, clicking in the middle. No, they go straight up from your chest and straight back down, kind of in that same little area. They may come in a little bit, but we're not bringing them together. We're using our chest to get that press up and then that hold up at the top and back down. Good. All right. Setting those aside, I'll grab my 10s. We've got flies, and we're going to add a little ab element here. If you're on the chair, you're doing the flies, and you're doing a leg raise. As you do the leg raise, I want you to pull the tummy in. Otherwise, we're doing our fly with a leg extension, alternating. Push that back to the mat. Now, if your lower back is lifting off the mat here, I want you to bring your feet up higher, all right? You're still gonna engage those lower abs here while keeping your back safe. So find where you can keep that back on the mat. It's not lifting up, putting too much pressure on the lower back. You're getting that chest and you're getting those abs while being safe. So far so good on the dumbbell weight I've chosen for each exercise. Of course, I'm pretty practiced at it, but sometimes I'll pick 10s and I probably should have picked 8s, but that felt pretty good. Okay, we're going back to that glute bridge. So grabbing that 20, bringing those heels in, thinking about pressing through the heels all the way up, coming down to hover over the mat, but not touching my hips down. I'm gonna try and do my whole set that way here. My weight is in my heels. I can lift my toes. Even the balls of my feet are off of the mat right now. They're in my shoes, but my toes are lifted up to the top of my sneakers, and that is actually lifting the ball of my foot, the front of my foot, off the sneaker as well. So you're all in the heels. And your thighs jump in here a little bit. Feel it right there, especially as we do set 2. And I do believe that we have hit these glutes. Yes, okay. I can move that out of my way now. Back to our chest press, back to my 15s. Really think about pushing those dumbbells straight out so they're not coming out like this, all right? They come out, meet, and then come back down. They go straight out, as if you were holding that bar and there were barbells, a barbell with the plates on either end, I should say. Feel it work, you're almost there. You have one exercise after this. That went quickly for me. I don't know about you. Some go quickly, some don't. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. This one, nice and quick, and that kind of surprises me because, you know, we're doing triceps. We're not doing a lot of complicated stuff here. We're doing real strength training, very targeted for the most part, and that sometimes can drag along for me. I don't know about you. Leave me comments for me. I love to hear your comments. Did it move quickly? Did it drag a little bit? What exercises did you like? Which ones did you decide were demons? Well, I'm all ears. All right, you ready? Kicking it out with the fly. Give me all you've got here. Remember your safety cues. Remember that lower back. Push hard though. Push through this. Make your body work. It feels so good. Body is made to move. Somewhere along the line, we decided that convenience was better than moving. And sure, I mean, being able to drive somewhere, you get to go a lot farther, right, than having to walk somewhere. Farmers using equipment as opposed to a plow behind a, you know, a horse or an oxen. Obviously, those innovations were, there it is, there's your 3 Bs, were awesome for production. At the same time, not so awesome for moving every day, right? Like our bodies are meant to do. So we have to add that movement now. All right, commercial break I'm gonna throw right here. YouTube requires that we put them in here, so I am at least allowed to show them where they'll fit best for you. And welcome back. If you had a commercial, reach your hands up over your head. Up over your head. If you're standing, clap, cheer. Here comes your confetti. You did it. That was not easy. It was hard stuff. And if you're standing, reach for your toes. If you're on the mat, roll forward, round the back here, round across the shoulder blades. Drop your head and let your neck relax. You're going to feel this stretch. Come up the back of the legs, all the way into the lower back, up the spine, across the shoulders, and then that neck relaxing and opening up, not being tense. Good. All right, let's roll it on up. Get up slowly. All right, if you get dizzy at all, you're going to go back down to your mat, take a breath, and then keep coming, okay? Otherwise, we're up top, reach up and over. We're all together again. All together, standing up, finishing our stretch here. Nice stretch. Those oblique leans with those shoulder presses that we did. Then we're going to take that same arm, bring it across, drop the shoulder. Oh, I said drop it in the basket. Coming across the upper back here. Rear delt, shoulder. Then we'll take the same arm, pat yourself on the back. Congratulations, you did it. Lean over, whether this was your first workout ever or in a long time, or you've been working out pretty consistently. We can all do this together. This is all meant to be, other side here, reach over, be accessible for all of you, because that's what makes group fitness so fun. you don't want a room full of all the perfect people, right? You want a room full of real people, and we have real women on this channel. Drop your arm here, working to be as healthy as possible. That's the goal. We want to look good, we want to feel good, we want to be healthy. All right. Pat yourself on the back, lean out of this one. I want to thank everybody for subscribing, sharing, and watching these videos to the end. Lift the toe up, we're going to stretch the back of the leg again. All of those things tell YouTube that you like the content, so that helps that algorithm. And we all know that those algorithms are really managing our lives out there. Let's go the other side. Helps the algorithm know that there might be other women out there who want to work out with us. And so it will show it to them more than it would if you weren't liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Remember, lean forward. Remember that boost? If you could do that for me now, oh, I would appreciate you so much. I appreciate you anyways. So if you can't, that's okay. But it's a cool little new feature. I want to kind of see how it works. Let's go the other side. Stretching that inner thigh. Come on up. Let's take a deep breath. There is a super thanks button underneath as well. And down. One more time. Deep breath in. Those of you that are contributing to the channel financially, I appreciate that. It helps us grow. If you're not able to do that, I totally get it. And I appreciate you as much, okay? We're all doing our part to make this a successful place and a safe place for all of us to be. Have a wonderful day or evening, and I will see you next time.